I'm Shizuka, a university student who will graduate next year. Ah, thank God it's been transferred. Thank you so much! 200,000 yen has been transferred into my account every month since I was in high school. But I don't know who the sender, Eiji Sudo, could be. I'm home!
Welcome back. Hey, did you get the money?
Yeah. As usual, you have one half.
Now I can buy some alcohol again.
My mom is a single mother, but all she does is get drunk all the time. She never does anything for me. I was able to make it into university because of the 200,000 yen that I receive every month. Without it, I wouldn't have been able to make it, no matter how much part-time work I did. Actually, I should be keeping all of it. It's so frustrating to see half of it disappear into my mother's drinking habit. When I was in junior high school, my mother suddenly handed me a bank book and a card and told me to manage the money in the account by myself. It was as if she was telling me to live on my own. At first, I was doing okay. Of course, I was saving most of the money for the future. But after a while, my mother started to ask me for money little by little. And once I entered university, she started to ask me for half the money I got transferred every month. Now I use the 100,000 yen and my part-time job to cover all my living expenses. Couldn't it simply be my father who's transferring all this money to me? She says he already died years ago, but it must be a lie. My father must be sending this money for me. I don't know why they divorced, but I want to see him. One day, my mother said something to me that I couldn't believe.
Shizuka, are you job hunting?
Yes, I am. Why?
I forgot to tell you, but I've been arranging to marry you off after you graduate from university, so you don't have to work in the future.
What? What are you talking about? How can you make such a selfish plan without telling me?
You have no right to say no. After all, it's because of him that you were able to go to university.
What did you say?
He'll take care of your finances until you graduate, but you have to marry him afterwards. That is the promise we made. So you don't have the right to refuse anymore.
How dare you! I was sold off. I'd been living off the money she sold me for. I'm even using it to pay for university. The shock of it all made me hole up in my room until I heard my mother calling someone outside my door.
Ah, hello. I'm sorry, but something came up. My child is desperate and I don't know what she's going to do. So can you just come and get her already?
After all, it wasn't my father who was sending me money. I was grateful, but I knew nobody would give money away for free. But I don't dare take my life. Besides, it might be even better to get married than to stay with my mother.
Come, Shizuka. It's earlier than I planned, but he's here to pick you up.
I don't care anymore. It's true that I've been able to live as I have until now thanks to that person. I have to pay him back anyway.
This is him, Mr. Eiji Sudo, and he's going to be your husband.
This is the guy?
Nice to meet you.
He's much younger than I expected.
Come on, just take her before she runs away. You brought 500,000 yen for the pickup fee, right?
Yes. Then, let's go.
I can't believe there was even a pickup fee. He looks young, but is he rich? Although he's been transferring money since I was in middle school, maybe he looks like this, but he's actually quite old. He brought me to an apartment by car. This place, it's near my university.
This is the room.
What a nice apartment. But I'm going to be living with this person from today, aren't I?
All the necessities are already here. The rest is at your disposal.
What? Wait, What does he mean? I thought I was going to marry him and live together. He'll be back soon, I guess. But to my surprise, a week went by without him so much as showing his face. I've been told that everything is at my disposal, but there's no way I can just do whatever. What am I supposed to do? I'm so anxious, it's making me angry.
Oh, hello. How are you doing?
We have to talk.
What?
Let me ask you first. Why was I left alone for a week?
I thought you needed some time to calm down.
How am I supposed to calm down? I was told out of the blue that I was going to marry you, and it was thanks to you that I was able to go to university at all. And you took me home, and then you didn't show your face for a week.
I'm sorry. I have a tendency to neglect communication, even when it's important.
Enough with the excuses. Please get on with the explanation.
Well, it's not thanks to me that you were able to go to university, Shizuka-san.
Wait, what are you talking about?
It's true. I was the one who was transferring the money every month. But the money didn't come from me. It's your father's money.
What? Then he slowly started telling me the whole story.
I got sick when I was in junior high school and was hospitalized. The hospitalization lasted for longer than was expected. And my family, which was not wealthy, had a more and more difficult time making a living. During that time, I was offered a strange consultation at the hospital. An old man with an IV drip said to me, "I'll pay all your hospital bills, but I need you to do a favor for me."
A favor?
Yes, he'd give me all of his money, but he wanted me to send 200,000 yen a month to his daughter.
And that old man was my father?
That's right. Your father only found out after the divorce that his wife was pregnant with you. He was paying child support, but he learned that your mother was spending all of the money on alcohol. The old man was very worried about you, Shizuka-san. So this was the favor he asked me. "I want you to set up an account in my daughter's name and transfer the money to it. I worry that her mother will use all the money if I transfer it all at once. So I want to transfer only 200,000 yen per month. If she wants to, I want her to be able to go to university. And I want you to keep transferring the money until she graduates." It was the final request of an old man with little time left to live.
So my father is already...
Yes, he passed away when I was in high school.
I see.
I went to see your mother right after I left the hospital. I had to somehow get her to create a bank account in your name without letting her know that your father was involved. So I lied, saying I'm from a wealthy family and I like your daughter and I want to marry her. I'll pay for your daughter until she graduates from university, if you agree on marrying her to me afterwards. After that, I continued to transfer money to your account every month.
How could you accept such a thing?
Strangely, I felt such a sense of justice that I knew I had to do it. Maybe the reason why I didn't waver in my motivation was because the first day I met your mother, I saw you were in pain.
What?
I was saved by the old man, and all I could think of was to carry on his will and save you.
Could you tell me more about my father?
Oh, yes, of course. He was very good with stocks and investments, and he made a career out of it. I learned from him when I was in the hospital, and I'm still making money from it. And then...
Talking with him made me feel calm somehow. I felt like I was having the most peaceful time of my life. I don't even know how many hours passed, but I listened to him for a long time. Meiji-san,
Yes?
what would you say if I wanted to marry you as planned?
Are you sure?
Yes.
Then,
I think I understand why my father entrusted such an important role to him.
please let me make you happy, Shizuka-san.
Thank you. I feel safe with him. Isn't that right, Father? It's been 3 years since then. We've been living together as husband and wife. After graduating from university, I got a job and started working. Meiji-san is a good husband who works from home and does all the housework when I come home late. Around that time, I heard my mother had been hospitalized. It was because of her alcoholism. There's no need to help her. She deserves it.
It cannot be like that. I agree that she deserves it. But after all, your mother didn't take all the money I transferred to you. In her own particular way, she might have still had the desire to raise you as a mother. And I'm grateful for that.
Meiji-san. Hearing his words, I felt like I could forgive my mother. And thank you. Once again, I thought to myself how much I love this man. I believe my father is watching me from the heavens, relieved to see me like this. I'm sure I'll be happy no matter what, spending my life